Good evening. Can I see some more energy? I know I'm the last speaker and it's been a long day. Okay, that's better. Okay, so let me start. Since morning or since afternoon, you have been hearing a lot of things about digital, right? The way the world is digitalizing, everybody on a digital journey, and everything's getting transformed to a digital workplace or whatever. So let me step back, and I will take a cue from Ninad's slide, which he showed earlier. If you remember the slide about the work-life balance, if you remember that slide, there was this gray line, which basically showed that in the pre-digital era or 10, 15 years back, you had a personal life at home. You woke up in the morning, had your breakfast, did whatever, then you traveled to the offices. And then you had your office life or work life. You worked in the offices till the office time. You finished your office by say 5 or 6 o'clock, and then you went back, traveled back home, and that was again your personal life. But today, what's happening? Okay, today, do you go to work? Do you go to office or do you go to work? No, right? Because today, I'm sure work follows you everywhere. Today, is there? I mean, do you have office? Do you have a defined office? No, right? Today, mobile is your office. Today, and people expect you to be connected 24 hours a day. So basically, the concept, of office or workplace has totally gone. Today, I'm sure throughout the day, all of you working here, and also a lot of times you would have calls from your colleagues in the offices. You would have done some emails. You would have done some chatting on the WhatsApp or whatever. And all these are doing when you're not in the office. So that is what's happening today. So today there is no defined concept of office. So the workplace or office place is anywhere or everywhere. And that's what we call our suite of services, which addresses this challenge that the companies face today. What do you do to enable the employees to work in this new scenario when you have no defined workplace or you have people connected 24 hours a day over various networks or various devices over various applications? So let's see how we do it. Okay, so let's look at the challenges this whole new digital workplace throws up. So let's first look at the user expectations. Okay. Now the consumption of IT itself has changed drastically, right? Earlier you had IT only in the offices or whatever. Nowadays you consume IT on your phones, on your laptops, on your tablets, or whatever device you have. Okay. So what's happening is the users are expecting to be always connected, or have the connectivity to the office networks. They also expect that if you are to be connected to the office, you also have the access to the same tools that you use in the office. If you have a different tool on your laptop or a desktop, that's not acceptable anymore. They also expect that they should be able to work on a range of devices. You cannot dictate that your office email connectivity can be provided only to an iPhone user or to only an Android user or to a Windows user or only a particular brand of devices. When you are today providing connectivity, you need to take care of all these needs. They need to be connected at any place they are working. They need to be connected to through whatever device they're using, through whatever network they're using. So basically, they expect, the users are expecting that the life should be as mobile, as possible. Now let's look at, this is some survey which we have done. How mobile is your work, user base today? If you look at more than, and this is though this is not in India, but I'm sure these numbers resonate with all of us. Most of the people are working from home. They are connected most of the times. They are also more than one device per user. You already have BYOD, across for all the users. So all these numbers, I'm sure you agree with all of these. This also throws down a challenge. Look at that, 70% of the staff make unauthorized use of corporate networks. They're connecting to sites where they need not or should not, and you are no way of tracking that today, or very limited ways of doing it. Let's look from the company perspective, okay? From organization perspective. The working model is also changing, okay? You have organizations realize today that they have to provide this connectivity to the employees to work. You cannot offer to say that, my office timing is at 6 o'clock, I'll shut off the email server after 6 o'clock. I'll start it up tomorrow morning at 9. Can you do that today? No. Because if you do that today, there are a lot of other companies who will take advantage and then do the business. So you cannot the organizations have to provide that connectivity. You have to provide a digital working environment. You have to enable, again, the employees taking care of all the challenges that it throws up. For example, when you allow the employees to work using mobile phones for the email, the employees are downloading emails on their phones, most of their personal phones, and this also brings a lot of security risk. Sorry. So these are all the challenges that we need to address. So what Fujitsu has done is basically come up with a solution or a service offering called Workplace Anywhere that addresses the challenges, and it enables organizations to basically transform and offer a more secure, more agile, more flexible, more connected workplace to the employees. And how we do that, we'll see in basically this thing. Another thing is that it also allows employees to use not only the new applications, but also the old legacy applications using the same devices across a variety of platforms. This is something slide similar earlier. So basically, this again slide shows what are the various challenges that you need to have. If you're IT service provider in your organization, you need to enable flexible working. You need to have a data, but you also need to keep the data safe. You need to ensure that the data is not misused or is highly secure. You need to support more and more platforms. Okay, because now new platforms coming up, new models are coming up. You need to also ensure that people who are using the older models or the laptops or the workstations or whatever they have, they still need to be connected. You need to stay in control. So a lot of challenges are there which you need to address today. So VCS, what we call virtual client services, is basically a big component of the Workplace Anywhere suite of solutions that we have. And I just take you through quickly through what is this VCS all about and how do we do this. Okay, so Workplace Anywhere or VCS, basically what we have done is Fujitsu has taken a lot of the expertise in system integration that we have across so many years, and we work with the best of breed partners. A lot of names are mentioned here, and we have come up with a integrated solution which addresses most of these needs. Okay, so this is a virtual desktop integration solution, but a much more robust solution than what is there. And we have an integrated stack. Though you are seeing a lot of products here, it comes as an integrated stack, an integrated solution to the customers. So what all this is address? Okay, it addresses firstly that that the security. It addresses that all the people who access the solutions through this platform are highly secure. It provides the widest range of platforms and devices. BYOD is the way of life today. In the US and other Europe, there's something called a CYOD now. It is choose your own device. Because the organizations are now offering the employees that you need not bring. I can give you a choice of device that you want to work with. Then you have something called as COP, which is called corporate owned, privately enabled, which is again a device the device itself is owned by the organization, but the employees can choose to use whichever service provider they want to, depending on their, whatever the signals are better in their location or whatever. And lastly, this also enables your, contractor workforce. A lot of organizations today have some sort of a contractor workforce, which are not your full employees or full on-roll employees, but they still need to be connected to your corporate environments in a secure manner. So this addresses that portion also. You can do this over a thin computers or whatever you call it. You can do it with even with a netbook, like a Chromebook. We also have something called as a devices. Fujitsu has its own devices called zero power devices, which consume zero power. Those also we can use to connect. And this is so secure. Okay, so we have tested this platform in the UK, and it has got a security rating of a UK government that it can be certified as official. So basically, the highest security rating we have been able to get for this service. So you can imagine the kind of security this platform provides if you are using this to enable connectivity to users. Sorry, something wrong. Yeah. Okay, so I will not, this is something again, so basically it enables hybrid IT services. So tomorrow, if you want to move to a cloud environment, okay, so this could be a first step for for moving to a cloud environment for your end user applications, okay, because once you move to a virtualized environment, most of the things are already in your data center, right? Most of the applications are sitting in your data center, so that nothing much is there in your front-end device or the laptops or desktops of users. And once you decide to move to the cloud environment, this is a very easy step from this service. As I said, you can provide secure services, okay? And today we offer the widest range of platforms and services. As you can see, we can offer on any appliance, on smartphones, on tablets, on notebooks, Chromebooks, across Mac OS, iOS, Android. And what we give is that the interface or the application GUI which the employees get is the same across all the devices. It also enables, yes, this we covered. We also have added something called as end user analytics to the service, okay? So basically this is something new which we added. We have a tie-up with another organization called Lakeside through which we do this. So basically this uses, this service tells you how well the applications are being delivered to your end users, number one. It tells you which applications are being actively used by end users. A lot of times you would be paying for a lot of services or applications to the organization, but these are not being used. Do you really know how many applications are people using? How much time the users are spending on a particular set of applications? How much time they're using to access a particular website? Are they doing something or going to some websites where they need not? What is the user pattern of all that? So all these things are possible with this analytics. And this is the tool which we use when we actually start the engagement with the customer. When we deploy this tool, we actually do a discovery. I'll cover that later, but this is the tool which we use to gather insights into the customer's application usage patterns. And based on that, we're able to customize the solution. So what are the delivery? We have multiple delivery models here. Okay. So we have this classic stack, what we call, which is based on server sitting in the backend, which could be a Fujitsu server or a non-Fujitsu server, and then with Microsoft Server OS, and then with Citrix XenApp, and with something called a software called as AppSense. So this is again, as I said, available as an integrated stack, which provides this service to you. You can access this using a thin client or a laptop or a desktop or whatever. Okay, and everything is, most of the things are stored in the centrally, as I said. So this is where, as I said, it is very easy to move to a cloud-based model if you are using this. We have also recently launched, just 15 days back actually, a hyperscale appliance. Okay, this is for the small and medium sector. One appliance can cater up to 500 users. It comes again as the integrated built-in appliance to deliver this. So it reduces your time of deployment. It reduces a lot of pain that you need to go through otherwise. And if you want to have more and more users, you can keep on adding the appliances to that up to 2,000 users. So for smaller enterprises, up to 500 to 2,000 users, we can use this appliance. Which is again a Fujitsu product, fully built in. Now to do all this, we also have associated services. Now, what are those? So let's look at. So we have what we call the transformation service. It has a full life cycle. Basically, we start with the identify phase, or which is the discovery phase. We use the same tool which I showed earlier, the end user analytics. So this tool actually, as I said, gathers a deep insight into your application landscape, the usage patterns, what websites are being used, how many users are using which website, so that we are able to understand what are the application usage, because this is very critical before we deploy the, the solution. If you do not know which applications are being used and how are they performing currently, you cannot deploy a robust solution later. And this is where most of the BDI implementations fail. So we do a lot of time, spend a lot of time on doing the discovery. Then we work with you, your team, to collaborate. We understand, sit across and design. Some of the applications could be ready to be used in a virtualized environment as it is, need not change. Some of them need to be repackaged. So we also have a packaging service in the backend where we do the repackaging of these applications. In some cases, the applications may not be ready. So sometimes then we have to tell the customer, these applications cannot be. Some of them are very old, COBOL based or something like that. Cannot be virtualized. Then we go through this packaging. Then we have a user acceptance test that we have, and then we deploy. And typically we do this, as my colleagues have said earlier, in a small way. We do not propose a big bang approach. We work with you, identify a smaller set of users, a smaller set of applications to do this, roll it out. Once all the teething problems are resolved, Then we work with you again to identify the next set and then move across for the full rollout. At the back end, we have our global delivery centers to support either remotely or on site or whatever. Okay, so we have in India also one of the largest global delivery centers is in India in Pune. So these provide a lot of other services or remote infrastructure support or 24/7 help desk and other things. So these are also services we also use to deliver the services to you. They also provide a lot of hosted services or Exchange or SharePoint or Link or whatever. I'll just quickly take you to some use cases that we have. I'll not take you again the full thing. Large UK-based retail bank. Okay, they are having the presence in India also. We have done this for them, the solution. So we have, they've saved. So you can read the things. Some 70 million pounds was their earlier expenditure, and they spent almost only 20% of that or something on this service. So we are in this bank. We have over 70,000 thin clients deployed on this same solution that I spoke about, and these users are spread across multiple countries. The server farm still is in UK, but even connecting remotely over from other countries over whatever lines they have, they are still able to get a decent performance. There are similar other services. The law firm. Now here the challenge was basically the security, because the law firm has a lot of this secure or confidential information. So we are able to again come up with a solution that more guaranteed high availability access, and they are the offices across so many countries, in 13 offices across Europe and USA. Again, this is again a good example of how we can deliver this in a secure environment. Healthcare sector. Again, I'll not go through this in the interest of time. So basically, yes. So if you are, looking for a secure, agile, virtualized desktop environment, if you need, anything supporting your BYOD, CYOD, other stuff, we have a solution which is flexible across so many platforms, which enables hybrid IT and moves you to enables you to move from a CAPEX to OPEX model. So why Fujitsu? Why not? A lot of people deliver this service. So why I am saying Fujitsu as the best solution to do this? If you look at this, Fujitsu is in the leading or the topmost quadrant of Gartner's survey. This is for 3 years old. 3 years running, and even the 4th year, which the result is going to be out very shortly, we are still there. So by far we are the lead in this quadrant. And if you look at why? Because if you look at Gartner's comments, the ability to execute, that we are highest, the completeness of vision, and the clear vision of the market direction. Okay, we have a huge this thing. Worldwide, we support over 5 million desktops. Okay, not only on VCS but even including otherwise. We have over 100 data centers, over 150 countries presence, and we have a huge thing, huge service presence across the world. And we are able to, as I said, we work in a very collaborative way. So we are able to, engage with the customer and understand. So that is where the crux or the difference lies with Fujitsu. Being a Japanese company, we understand we do not always come and dictate terms to you, saying this is the way and this is the way you do it, right? It's always a collaborative approach. We discuss with the customer, understand the environment, because every customer has that unique, unique challenges that they have. In some cases, it could be applications. In some cases, it could be the networks or whatever. So that's what we do, and with this, we are able to do that. Yeah. So that was my last slide. Thank you. Do you have any questions? For me or Ninath, we both. No? Thank you very much.